Pascal, you talked about how much a training camp could help you since you were traded mid-season. How have you felt that so far? What's been different for you compared to even last year?
A lot of running. But no, it's been good. I think just being there from the beginning, all the concepts, everything that we do. It's just, I think coming in, we kind of underestimate like what it feels like to be in the middle of the season, coming in a new team, a new city. So this feels good to like actually go through training camp, like get to know all this stuff like before. So then when you get into the season, you feel more prepared.
Is there any specific things you feel like are more comfortable for you that you
understand? Just the concepts, everything. Like again, like there was times last year where it's like, you know, I'm just doing stuff, you know. But I think now you get to really understand it, and we go through it like more thoroughly, and like, you know, it just feels a little bit more comfortable. And again, for me, I'm a type of player that like, I have to do things to get them. So the more I do it, the better I get at it.
What have you thought of the way you guys have defended through these first 3 preseason games? Seems like there's some stuff you guys need to figure out.
I mean, I think I think we could be better, but I just also feel like it's hard to like kind of evaluate these games, like when you go into it, like so many variables and players sitting, this happening, it's really hard to judge it. Obviously, you use those games to see where you're at, but I don't think we can put too much stock on those. Like, I think we wait on that first game of the season to really gauge where we at. But I think we know we need to get better at a lot of things, and we're going to keep working on them. But like I said, I wouldn't push too much stock on the preseason.
You talked before about what impressed you about Andrew's game, basically. How important is he just sort of keeping this whole thing together? The fact that he allows you to play multiple points at a given point in time, defensively. It just he kind of ties the whole thing together.
Yeah, he can do it all. He can defend with the best of them. Offensively, he can also do that. He can pass. He can do everything. So having a guy like that can pick up full court, knock down a three. You need those type of guys in the team. We're lucky to have him.
I think I talked to high school coaches and that. I think one thing they said about him is he's got a really good social and emotional understanding of people. He's not necessarily vocal. He's really good at connecting with guys and understanding how to get the best out of everybody. How do you see that in him? A guy like Ty's like that, but he's also very vocal. How does Andrew do that?
I mean, I think he's just more calmer about it, and he's really funny, so I think that helps him.
We saw you working with Jairus in videos in the offseason. What have you liked about his preseason, what he's done so far?
I just like how assertive it is. Like, to me, like, I just always want, because I know what it's like to be in my second year. I mean, obviously he had like you're a higher pick or whatever, so just like, there was expectations on like everybody coming in, like second year, people are expecting things from you, and it could be a lot of pressure. Like, I think for him, like, I just always tell him to just like, stay focused on the grind, the work of it, and your opportunities will come. And I think for me, I like the fact that this summer he was really into it. He seems to really listen and put the work in, which is the most important thing. At the end of the day, like, there's going to be ups and downs, like, that's normal, but I think his mind is in the right place.
How is he a different player? It seems like he's throwing a lot of the shots, seems like it's better. How do you see him basically bringing more weapons offensively now than he did?
Yeah, he can do everything too. Like, he can pass, he can handle. He's also a good defender. So it's like players like that, you always need them, especially the way we play. I think for me, like, what I always try to tell him is like, just keep it simple. Like, the more he keeps it simple, the better it's going to be, not only for us, but for him also. Because I think the first thing you got to do is get on the floor. Like, to me, that's always what I say. Like, you got all the skills and you got everything, but find what's going to get you on the floor first, and then get on the floor and then do everything else. So I think, like, he's really focused on that, and again, you hope that he gets the minutes and he goes out there, and I'm sure he can help us for sure.
How have you seen Isaiah grow, especially as he's added? It seems like he's relying on the jump shot a little more, with a little more confidence, stepping out a little bit in that last game. What kind of progress have you seen there, and how have you seen him kind of expand his game?
I think we have a lot of like bigs that can do a lot of different things, and for him, just like being a machine, like be a rebounder, play hard, block shots. all the other things for me is an extra. Like, I really don't look at those things. I really look at like just being that person that's reliable on defense and can just like rebound and be a presence for us at the rim. And everything else that he works on.
Ty, what have you felt about the way you guys have defended and so far through these preseason games, or what do you guys need to improve on, even with just one more chance before regular season?
Yeah, it's been rough. The preseason for the NBA has been pretty rough. There's a lot of scoring around the league, but I think for us, I think it's about growing every day, getting our principles better going into next week, just trying to build on what we can. Minutes for our rotation guys have been up and down, just figuring that out, but I think it's just about culture setting here right now and understand, you're really laying a base of what you are right now, and then I think it's good to get film on tape, whether it's good or bad film, and learn from there. So it's all part of the growth, man. It is the preseason, and I don't want to act like it means nothing because, you can't approach it that way, but you got to keep it in perspective at the same time.
What do you remember, you were traded here midseason like Pascal, what do you remember being the most important thing that you picked up on or had click for you in your first camp after already being with the team?
I don't know if there's anything exactly. I think just it's more excitement, to have a full year on the team. At the time we were a young, new group, having played together before, and we're putting in some new things. So I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed kind of laying the groundwork for what we've built today. So I think for P, I think just he already knows everything we're doing from last season, but I think he's getting more comfortable. Our duo, our relationship, getting more comfortable, and just from a roster standpoint, top to bottom, everybody getting comfortable playing in different lineups through preseason, through camp. All those different things has been good.
Was it your idea to have your dad in the Puma video?
It was.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Did he love it?
He did. He had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. They kind of let me, work my creative mind to create that, and then Slay and the group at Puma helped bring it to life, and it just looked amazing.
How did that whole sponsorship situation go down? I mean, when did they reach out to you? What made them, I'm sure you had other options. What made them the place you wanted to go and, makes it a good fit?
Yeah, I mean, my deal with my previous brand ended in September, and so that I could start negotiating with other brands and renegotiating with the same brand. But this is just the right choice for me at this time, just because of the commitment to youth players and young athletes, and me being a part of the future of the growth, I think is really exciting for me and my family. So I'm really excited about it. They let me really get to play with my creative mind, which I think is something new. Something I haven't been able to do a ton before. Something I'm really interested in. You guys know I love the fashion space, but also just designing, being creative, all those things. So it's all part of it. I'm looking forward to, being able to get my own colors, being able to do a lot of cool things in the future with Puma.
Doing a story on Drew, I know we talked about this before, but just how important has he been in terms of making all the pieces fit together? I mean, just the fact that his ability to go play the two allows you, him, and TJ to play and have that alone. And to know that he signed up to do that for 3 more years past this contract, just how does that kind of help you guys?
Yeah, I think Drew is going to be he's like a perfect puzzle piece. You know what I mean? If I go down, he can fill that role. When I'm playing, he can fill kind of that all-star spot. He can guard the best player every night. He can guard, really 1 through 3, sometimes 4s, depending on the size. Everybody would like to play with a guy like Andrew Nembhard just because how smart he is, and I think him being a second-round pick coming into the league, he had to figure out how he's going to get on the floor. I think when he got drafted, nobody anticipated him, being in the starting lineup by the end of that year, and being where he is today. But he believed in himself, and so it's really cool to see the growth of him, and to see the continued success. I'm really glad to have him as my backcourt mate moving forward, just because the fit is so perfect. He can handle on-ball responsibilities when I need to play off the ball. He can guard, on ball more, and guard the better offensive players, take on a tougher defensive matchup. So he just fits in wherever and just never complains, comes to work, does his job. And he just loves basketball, so I can always get down with a guy like that.
When I talked to his dad, I talked to his high school coaches, and I heard a lot of the same things about him that I heard about you in terms of his ability to connect with people and his kind of social emotional understanding and how to be a leader on a team. And I think, how does that manifest with him? Because you are obviously different. You're obviously way more vocal. He doesn't talk as much. Like, how does his ability to connect manifest in a guy that's a lot more quiet?
Yeah, I think he just does a great job of leading by example. It just takes him a little bit to warm up to use his voice, but I mean, I would say where he is today is way different than when he first got here. But of course, that comes with responsibility and respect and all those things, and he's earned it every day. And so I think, yeah, we lead differently because on a group like this, he's not the vocal guy by any means. But when stuff's going bad, he's holding people accountable. He does it, and I think he's a great guy leading by example because he's going to show up to work every day and do his job and take on the best matchup and not complain. And as soon as you got doing that, it's hard not to follow that lead. So I think he just leads a little differently, but I think he's a great connector, great at connecting with people, and just a genuine person. I think he's down to.